Okay, let's start with the simple one, which is the percentage. Not much question on percentage. We will focus more on vectors at the back. So, percentage. During a sale, so a handbag costs $54. If the original price of the handbag is $60, find the percentage discount that was given during the sales. So, they want the percentage discount. So, what you need to do is find the discount amount first. So, the original price is $60. During the sale, it costs only $54. So let's find out what is the discount amount. So it will be $6. So to find the percentage discount, you take the discount amount, always take over the original. So it's over the original price, which is $60. And because they want it percentage, so you just 100%. Okay? But on the calculator, please don't key 100 with the percent logo. Just in the calculator, you just key times 100, and that's all. So in the end, you get 10. So it's 10%. Okay, so it's 10% discount. This one is easy, nothing much. Okay, next question 2. Question 2 a bit tough, although it's a bit just 2 marks. So over here, it says that given that x is 40% lesser than m. So I'm going to write in this way, x is equals to 40% less than m. So with this, it's easier to see. Percentage is set one topic, yes. Okay, and we know that, okay, I'm going to use m as the 100. So in this case, my m is 100 unit. My x, because it's less, so it's 100 minus 40, and that will give us 60 unit. Okay, so what I did is I just transfer the sentence into putting in a fraction form, because 40% is 40 over 100. Okay, and 40 represent by right is represent the x, but because of the word less, so we compare to the m, which we know that is 100, we will take 100 minus 40, so x is 60. So now let's take a look at this sentence here. So y is 20% greater than n. So in this case, I will again assign n as the 100 unit. My y is greater, so it's 100 plus 20. So y is 120 unit. Okay, so with this, they say, okay, x over y is p% of m over n. So x over y, in this case, x over y is p% of m over n. I'm going to take my x, which is 60, over 120 unit is p% of 100 unit over 100 unit. So you can see that this is actually half is p% of 1. So half is 50% of 1. So therefore, we know that P is equals to 50. Okay? So that's for question 2. So what I did was I just transfer sentence to the fraction form, so that I put it in a ratio, something like a ratio. Okay, and then I just write according to what they give me, and then after that I just compare. And I know, okay, half is obviously 50% of 1. So, or if not, I can just do half over 1, then times 100, I will still get 50. Okay, let's move on. Okay, this one. This one is during a Singapore sale. Okay, you have 2 offers. Offer A tells you that, okay, if you're going to buy 2 shirts, you get 1 free. Offer B, you say, okay, you buy 1 shirt, you will get the second one at 50% off. So you need to calculate. You have to determine whether is it offer A is better or is it offer B is better. So how do you calculate such question? This is how I reason out the working. So let's talk about offer A. Offer A. You buy 2 shirts and get 1 free. Right? So it means that you are paying 200% for 300% stuff. Correct? 100% represent 1 shirt. Okay? You buy 2, you get 1 free. So the third one is you don't have to pay anything. So in other words, I can interpret as but paying 200% for 300%. Okay, so how do I know what's the discount? Okay, 300 minus 200, because I'm supposed to pay 300 but I only pay 200 ma. So it's something like my discount is like 300 minus 200 over the original, and original is because it's 3 shirts, so it's over 300, and then when I times 100 I get 33 1/3%. So in other words, this offer A is actually 33 1/3% discount. Okay, that's offer A. Let's look at offer B. So offer B, say that, okay, I'm going to buy 1 shirt and second one at 50%. Means what? Means for 2 shirts, I pay 150%. One, I pay 100%. The second one, I pay only half price ma. So I pay 150. So this, if I interpret, it means I'm paying 150% for 200%. Because there's only 2 shirts involved. So it means that the discount is 200 minus 150 out of the 200, which is the original for 2 shirts. Multiply by 100, I will get 25%. So by looking at this, you can see that offer A is better because it has higher discount, more discount, right? If you compare with these two, so you will say, oh, so therefore offer A is better. Can? Okay, so let's move on. This one is done. Okay, we're only going to do six questions. Okay, this one. It is given that y is equals to blah blah blah. Calculate the percentage change in the value of x when the y value increase from 3 to 17. So what you need to do is, you have to find out what is the x when y is 3, and you have to find out what is the x when y is 17. So I'm going to do 2 parts. Let's sub y equals to 3 into this. So I have 3 equals to 2 x minus 1 cubed plus 1. Solve the equation and get your x. So please don't need to go and expand the 3. So see what I do. 2x minus 1 cubed is equals to 3 minus 1. So 2x minus 1 cubed is equals to 2. 2, I can divide by 2. So x minus 1 cubed is 2 divided by 2, which is equals to 1. And then I can cube root. So x minus 1 is equals to cube root 1, which will give me 1. So my x is just 2. So it means that when my y is 3, my x is 2. So I'm going to do the same thing for 17. So I'm going to sub in y equals to 17. So I get 17 equals to 2x minus 1 cubed plus 1. Same thing, solve the x. So 2x minus 1 cubed is equals to 16. X minus 1 cubed is equals to 8. X minus 1 is equals to cube root 8. X minus 1 is equals to 2. Cube root 8 is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 give me 8. Okay, and lastly, I know that my x is 3. So it means that when my y is 3, my x is 2. When my y is 17, my x is 3. So they ask you, when your y increase from 3 to 17, what is the percentage change in the value of x? So the change in the x is the difference of 1, right? So what you need to do is take the new x, which is 3, minus the old x, which is 2, and remember to over the old one. It's always the over the old one. So it will be 2. Then after that, I multiply by 100, and it is 50% change. Done. Okay, so that's for question 4. Okay, let's move on. Question 5. So in 2015, 3.2 million apples are harvested. Okay, and then after that, in 2017, the number of apples is increased to 4.3 million. So they are just asking you to find the percentage increase. So always remember, percentage increase or percentage decrease, you need to find the difference between the old and the new first. So I'm going to take the new minus O over O. So my new is 4.3 million minus the O, which is 3.2 million, over the O. O is the 2015, which in this case is 3.2 million. And because they want percentage, so just times 100. So we have 1.1. Because all is million, so we can actually ignore the million. I just take 4.3 minus 3.2, which is 1.1 over 3.2 times 100, and we simply just get 34.375%. Done. Okay, so just remember that one percentage change is always new minus O over O. If you get a negative, it simply means that it is a decrease. If you get a positive, means it's an increase. Understand? Okay, let's move on to the last question for percentage. This is not exactly percentage, but more on simple finance, as in utility bill. We talk a little bit about GST as well. So a little bit about percentage. Okay, so look at here. This is real life, real world context. It means that in next time when you have your own house, own family, own household, this is how it will be applicable because you need to pay the bill, right? Pay for the electricity, pay for the gas, pay for the water. So your utility bill consists of three components. It consists of water, the gas, and the electricity. So in a certain month, okay, the household used 17.5 meter cube of water, 68 of the gas, and then 610 for the electricity. They tell you that this is the rate. Means $1.17 per meter cube for the water, 0.21 for the gas, and 0.26 for the electricity. They ask you to find the total amount payable for the month excluding GST. So GST, you only calculate, let's say you add everything together already, then the last number, then you go and calculate the GST amount. So for now, we are going to calculate what is the amount that's payable without the GST. So it's pretty easy. Okay, because they already give us the rate. So you just need to take 17.5, which is the water, multiply by 1.17. Okay, and then after that I plus the 68.5, which is the gas, 68 multiplied by 0.21 plus 610 multiplied by 0.26. So after I add everything, I get 193.355. So for money, if they never say round off to the nearest dollar, it means it's round off to the nearest cents, which is 2 DP. So it is actually 193.36 2 DP. Okay, or nearest cents. Nearest cents is 1 cent, 0.01. So actually it's also 2 DP. It's the same meaning. So this is for part A. Next, they say part B, they say that, okay, now they tell you that the GST is 7%, okay, because GST is going to go up soon, right? So of course, in the paper, we cannot assume that it's 7%. They will have to tell us what is the GST. So now it's 7%. Eventually, in a while later, after that, we will have 9%, right? So given that the rate is 7%, now you have to calculate the GST that Angela has to pay. So this is 100%. So you need to calculate the 7% that's going to give to the government. So remember, you must always use the long number to calculate. So we will just take 7% means it's 7 over 100, multiply by the long number, 193.355, and you will get 13.534. Again, round off to 2 DP, so it's 13.53. So this is the GST that she has to pay. Okay, this is straightforward. Okay, let's move on. Now, they give us some information. So for the next month, the following month, the consumption of the gas change, decrease. Maybe less cooking for that month. So the consumption of the gas decreased to 65. It was 68. The electricity usage increased by 15%. Okay, maybe the aircon very hot, on slightly longer. Then the consumption of the water remained unchanged. So the water usage is the same. So now they ask you to find a percentage decrease in the consumption of the gas. So my guess, new is 65. The old was 68. So remember, I said use new minus old. So I will take 65 minus 68 over the old. Old means is compared to the previous month, which is 68. Take the new minus old. New minus old over old. Then times 100. So don't worry that you get a negative. So of course, in this case, I'll get I get minus 4.4117. So don't worry about the negative. It simply means that I'm going to round this off to 3SF. So it's minus 4.41. It simply means that you will write it as 4.41% decrease. The minus simply tells you that it is a decrease, not an increase. Okay? Okay, next. The total utility bill inclusive of GST. This time round, they ask you to calculate this month one, right? So actually it's the same step. So I'm going to take the water. Water no change, so it is still 17.5 multiplied by 1.17. My gas change. Now is 65. My electricity change. Take note, my electricity increased by 15%. So if it's no change, it will be 100%, agree? But it is increased by 15% means you become 115%. So I will take 115 over 100. Okay, don't understand, please ask a correct question. You say don't understand, I don't know what you don't understand. I will just ignore if the question is not clear, because it could be just trying to disturb. So 115 over 100, I'm going to multiply it by the old electricity that I had, which was 610. That was the old one, correct? So 115 over 100 multiplied by 610. This will be the new electricity that I use, multiplied by the rate, which is 0.26. Remember, they want to calculate the GST, correct? So I'm going to put a square bracket. This is my 100%. I want to include the GST. I just simply take multiply by 1.07. Because if I times 1, it means it's 100%. If it is 7 with a GST, which is 100 plus 7%, which is 107%. 1.07, sorry, 1.07. So it is just that. Then after, just press the calculator, and we will get 216.1515 multiplied by 1.07 equals to 231.671. So round it off to 2 dp, I get 231.67, 2 dp. Okay, dollar sign. So that's the amount that she has to pay the following month. Okay, let's move on. Now they ask, what is the percentage change in the utility bill inclusive of the GST as compared to the first month? So let's find out what is the previous month including GST. We did not find the total amount. We only find the 100% as well as the GST. So I'm going to add them together. So I will just write here, previous month. I'm going to take 193.355. I'm going to plus 13.534. Okay, and I will get 193.355 plus 206.889. Okay, this is the previous month. Previous month. Okay, so remember my percentage change, I need to take the new minus the old. My new is the 231.67. So take 231.671, take the long number, 671 minus the old 206.889 over the old 206.889 multiplied by 100, and I get 11.978%. Round it off to 3SF, 12.0%. And it is a positive. It means what? It means that it is an increase. So to just double confirm it's an increase, we know that previous is $200 only. But because of the change in my electricity and blah blah blah, I have to pay $30 more, right? Around $30 more. So it is an increase. This is percentage increase. So you just need to write that it is 12% increase. Because they ask you to state whether is it an increase or a decrease. So if you only write 12%, they will minus mark. You have to state that it is increase. SF. What do you mean by we don't learn this yet? Because this is related to percentage. Agree? So you will still come up, because all I did was I just take the rate, right? I took how much I use for electricity, I multiply by 0.26. How much I use for water, and then I multiply by 0.21. And 1.17, and blah blah blah. And then to find the GST, you need to know how to find GST, right? So it's just 1.07. Agree or not? Yes, set 1, because set 1 learn percentage. In fact, in primary school, you already learn percentage. You already learn GST and blah blah blah. Okay, so percentage in set 1 actually is actually just recap. It's just recap. Okay, let's move on to vectors. So I know a lot of people are waiting for vectors. Okay, let me drink some water first. Okay, the first one. So a lot of students will panic, as in they will see this, they don't know what is this two-line thing. So in vectors, this means that to find the magnitude. This is actually finding the magnitude. What is magnitude? Magnitude means it's the length. They want to know how long is this line. Okay, vectors. So in that, let me ask you, okay, what is vectors? Vectors is actually it's just a straight line, but it is with direction. So it is a line segment, but with a direction. Normalized, this is, where's my red pen? Okay, if it's just a straight line, this is simply just called a line segment. Okay, but if now I have a line, and then after that I also have a direction. Yes, this is set for vectors. Okay, for the past 2 years O-level, they took it up from the O-level because of COVID, but it is still inside the syllabus, so we still don't know whether they are going to include this in this year O-level or not. Okay, but anyway, you still need to learn. For those who are going JC, you still need to know vectors, because I remember one of my students who graduated from O-level, she didn't learn vectors because COVID then not tested. But then when she go JC, she need the knowledge of vectors, and then she come back to me and said, "Sure, can teach me vectors or not?" So she came back 2 lessons to just handle vectors. So a line segment with a direction means this is a vector. So vector is consists of the magnitude, which is the length, as well as the direction. Okay, it's with direction. Okay, so now let's come back to here. So my A, B vectors, they already give me, this is column vector. So sometimes they write it in the column vector, sometimes they write it horizontally. So if they give it in column vector, then you just do it in column. So it's very straightforward. You simply take the number 6 square plus -4 square, and then you square root. Because actually this formula comes from where? It actually is just the Pythagoras theorem. Imagine this is the vectors. Okay, you want to find the length. Isn't it just and find what is the horizontal and what's the vertical? You square it and square root. Isn't it finding the hypotenuse? So actually the formula comes from Pythagoras theorem. So after that, you will get, okay, take note Sam should be around. Okay, Sam, this one, I don't want to put this answer because in EMath we don't put certs. You help me to change this to 7.21. This one change to 7.21. Okay, so on calculator, it will give you 7.211. Round it off to 3SF, you get 7.21 units. 3SF. Vectors is EMath. So you cannot leave your answer in certs. So you give in so-called rounded decimal and round it off to 3SF if it's not exact. Okay, so remember this is just finding magnitude. Very easy. Just take the two numbers, square it, then square root. Okay, given that A is the 0.35. Okay, always remember that when they give me the coordinate, when they give you the coordinate 35, you can get the position factor. This is called position factor. Position factor start from O, which is the origin. So when they give me that the coordinate is 35, I will know that, oh, position vector OA is equals to 35. That's all. Now they want you to find the coordinate of B. So I'm going to teach you this. First, I'm given OA, I want to find B. So I need to look at AB. So the vectors AB is given. So you will write AB. Okay, you will write AO plus OB. It's not necessary for the middle alphabet to be O. The middle alphabet can be anything. I can say it is AC plus CB. I can say AD plus DB. As long as the middle alphabet is the same and the ending AB, you understand? So this is how you so-called form the equation. So now we look at this. Now let's take a look. I only have OA. I don't have AO. OA simply means that it go the direction is from O to A. If they ask from A to O, you just need to put a -1. So AO means it's just -35. OB is unknown because you're supposed to find. AB, I have it because it's given to me. So just put 6 and -4. And it's just like algebra. I just want to solve OB. So I'm going to make OB the subject. So just OB is equals to 6 minus 4. This is minus 3 over 5. Minus 35, right? Bring over, so it's plus 35. And that will give us 9 and 1. So this is the position factor of B. But they want the coordinates easy. So you will say, therefore, B is equals to 9, 1. Done. This is Sec 4 vectors, not primary school. This is vectors. Okay. So we are done with part B. Next, when they talk about parallel, okay, CD is parallel to AB. So when they tell me CD vectors is parallel to AB vectors, what does that mean? Okay, parallel means that, yeah, it's good that you learn now. Okay, so vectors, remember it is same magnitude and same direction. When they say that they are parallel, it means that they are pointing at it might be the same direction, might be different direction, but they are definitely parallel. The parallel means that I was like, for a stun, why is somebody scrolling backwards here? I never get to see that. You already get blocked. Too bad. Okay, so what you need to do is, let's find out what's my CD. My CD given to us is over here, 9K. So 9 and K. And then my AB is 6 and -4. Okay, take note of one thing. Take note of one thing. They only mention CD is parallel. They did not say CD is equals to AB. Okay? So, if it's parallel, you will have to say that it is equal, that is then related by a scalar number. I already have K here, so I'm going to just use H. Okay? So just remember that when we talk about two vectors are parallel, they are column vectors, we can say they're equal to each other with a scalar number, which we don't know what is it. So all you need to do is just rainbow this in. So it becomes 6h minus 4h. So with here, you can compare. So you know that therefore 6h is equals to 9. So you solve your h, which will give you 3 over 2. Then after that, I want to solve my k, right? Minus 4h is k. So k is equals to negative 4h, which is negative 4, 3 over 2, and you get minus 6. And you're done. So remember, parallel, just say that they're equal, just add, you can, not necessary for you to put h. You want to put a, you want to put b, you want to put c also can. Of course, cannot put k lah, because k is already used up here, right? And we know that k and h, they are different numbers. So you just use any alphabet to represent a number. So I use h for this case. Then just multiply the h in, 6h and minus 4h. And by comparing, because this is 9, 6h, k is equals to minus 4h. And with that, I can solve my h as well as my k. Okay? So this is just warm-up, warm-up. But this warm-up is important because many students don't know how to find the magnitude. Okay? And they also don't know how to form a coordinate make into the vectors. Position factor is actually just start with the O, which is the origin. Just put OA is equals to 3, 5 when you're given coordinates. And when it gives you two vectors which is parallel, this is how you're going to form the equation and solve the unknown. Okay, this is the basic. Okay, let's move on. Question 2. So over here, I'm given a Cartesian plane with 3 points here. Okay. This is not easy. The behind part is not easy. So they want to find the column vector of EF. So see here, I already have my E and my F. So what do? I'm going to just write down first. My E is equals to 9, 5. Okay, my F is 5 minus 3. So remember, when I'm given the coordinate, I will be able to find what is the position factor, right? So it means that I can find my OE, which is just 9, 5. I can find out what is my OF, which is just 5, negative 3. So when you're given coordinate, when we are talking about vectors, this is the first thing that you come up with, which is the position factor. And remember, just now I already teach you, just now we did AB is equals to AO plus OB, agree? So we do the same thing. They want EF. It means that I'm going to take EO plus OF. So I have my OE, I just need to multiply by negative 1. So we're going to put negative 9 and 5 plus OF, which is 5 and negative 3. So with this, minus 9 plus 5 give me negative 4. Minus 5 plus negative 3 means it's minus 8. So we are done. This is the answer for vectors EF. You understand? Easy, right? Okay, next, DF. So, I need to have my vectors on my DF first. The bad news is I don't have yet, but you can find. It will be the same. So, that means the same step as over here. You need to find the position factor of D. You need to find the position factor of F, which we already have it over here. Okay? So, what you need to do is go and find my OD, which is negative 1 and 5. Negative 1 and 5. So again, form the, so I want to find my DF, means it will be DO plus OF. So DO just multiply by negative, so minus 1, 5 plus OF, which is 5 minus 3. Minus means it's 1 and minus 5 plus 5 and minus 3. So 1 plus 5 will be 6, minus 5 plus negative 3 is minus 8. So we are done. But wait, that's not a final answer because they are not asking for the vectors df. They are asking for the magnitude of df. So I just need to do one last step. Magnitude, just take the two numbers, square it, 6 square plus negative 8 square and square root, and you will get 10. So just write 10 units. Can? So again, this is still basic. We haven't go to the part whereby we have diagram. Question 3 will be the one that is very tough. So that we are not done with question 2 yet. Question 2 also have a lot. Is it question 2 tough or question 3? Yeah. Question 2 and question 3 is a tough one, yes. So I'm actually at the tough question. Not yet, the later part. Okay, so far any question for this part? If you don't have, I move on already. The next one is a tough one. Okay, now they tell us point Z, okay, lie on the EF such that EF is to EZ is 4:1. Okay, this kind of question is the questions that kind of kill students. They are, what are you talking about? So let's go on, let's take a look at the diagram. So of course I already pre-draw. So they say Z, the Z lies on the line EF. No, I only teach maths. Okay, so the Z lies on the left, lie on the line EF. And then they tell us that EF is to EZ is 4:1. So it means the whole thing EF is 4 units. And the EZ is only 1 unit. So I know that it will be shorter. So I just put Z here and I label here this is 1 unit. If this whole thing is 4 units, 4 minus 1 means the EZ is actually, ZF is actually 3 units. So what I did was I plot the Z. I state here is 1 unit. I state here this is 3 units. Okay? So you can see that I plot this triangle, right? Because we're going to use similar triangle. You're going to use similar triangle concept to do this kind of question. Okay? So, what do I do? Wait. So by looking, I'm going to let the Z become AB, which we don't know what is it. So take a look. If I'm going to show you this triangle, now, do you recognize that this is similar triangle? So if here is 3 unit, here small triangle over big triangle, so it is 3/4. 3/4. It means this side is also 3/4. So all these are 3/4. Okay? 3/4. 3/4. Because it is a similar triangle. So with this concept, you'll be able to find out what is my A and B. Okay, now let's take a look at the x coordinate. See, 5 and 9. This one, listen carefully. 5 to 9. The x coordinate from 5, it goes to 9. It is actually 4 units. Do you see that? I'm talking about the x coordinate. The x coordinate from 5 to 9 is actually 4 units. So 5 jump to 9 is actually 4, and it's also 4 units. So I want to find out where is Z. And if you notice, Z is actually 3 units away. 3 units. So all you need to do is, because we already know 4 units, you need to go and find out 3 units. So, see here, my 5, I'm talking about the x coordinate. X coordinate. From 5, it goes to 9. And we know that this is 4 units. So we can safely say that 4 units, it is actually just plus 4. I want to find 1 unit, which is plus 1, because 4 divided by 4. So 3 units means it's just plus 1 times 3, which is plus 3. Agree? So plus 3, where is the plus 3? The plus 3 is, of course, from the 5 as well. So 5 plus 3, So I know my x coordinate of z will be 8. So therefore you will say the 5 will plus the 3, and we know it is 8. Okay, so this is the x coordinate of z. Okay, we're not done yet because we want to look at the y coordinate as well. So let's go back to look at the triangle. Okay, looking at the triangle over here, you can see that now we're going to look at the y coordinate. So the y coordinate, it was from -3. Okay, here -3, it went up to 5. -3 to 5. And we know that this is also 4 units. Now we want to find 3 units as well, right? It was 4, I want to find 3 units. So let's go and see the working. So my y coordinate, the y coordinate, it was from -3 to 5. So you know that this is plus 8, right? So 4 unit, it is plus 8. 1 unit will be plus 2. I want to find my 3 unit, so it will be plus 6. Plus 6, So therefore, we know it is -3 plus 6, which will give us 3. So that means this will be the y coordinate of z. So therefore, my z now we know that it will be 8, 3. Okay now? Then don't stop there because we want to find the position factor. Very easy, because once I already have the coordinate of z, my OZ is simply 8 and 3. Done. Agree? So you need to draw this kind of triangle, okay, using similar triangle concept to find out what's the coordinate. So that is for my B part 1. Next, DZ. Now easy already, because we know we have coordinate D, we have Z now. So to find DZ is very straightforward. DZ is simply just DO plus OZ. And DO, we have it, which is over here. Okay, minus 1 over 5. So it's just minus 1 over 5 plus 5. Sorry, this one is not 5. OZ is 8, 3. OZ is 8, 3. 8 and 3. So we will have 1 minus 5 plus 8, 3. And that will give us 9 and -2. And we're done. Okay. Okay, now comes the tough part, which is always finding the area ratio. Right? Area ratio. So how to find the area ratio? So first, okay, let me just tell you that this kind of area ratio, right, is either using similar triangle or using common height. So let's take a look at the diagram. They are asking for DZE. Okay, I'm going to write out because too small. So area of triangle DZE over area of triangle DEF. So let's take a look at the diagram. DZE, okay, and DEF. So it is this triangle and the big triangle. Agree? And if you notice, actually it is common height. Now let's ignore everything and look at this. DEZ, okay, and DEF. It is actually common height. Okay, using common height, because to find triangle DEZ, you say half times ZE times the height, which we don't know what is the height. You want to find DEF, you also take half times EF, which is the base, multiplied by the height. So I'm going to write as half So you will write half times ZE times the height, which we don't have to find the height, we just write it as height can already. H. Then this one is half times FE multiplied by the height. Okay, and because it is half, same, cancel, H also can cancel because it's the same height. So we know that these two area triangle, their ratio is related by the base ratio, which is ZE over FE. And if you look back into just now, ZE and FE, we already know it is 1 unit out of 4 units, right? Just now we already write 1 out of 4, right? So it is simply just equals to 1/4. Done. So this is an example that is using common height. Understand? Common height. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay. Next is, they say, okay, given that DEFG is a parallelogram, find the coordinate of point G. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you, this is how you do it. Okay, parallelogram, what is the property of a parallelogram? Parallelogram means opposite sides are parallel and opposite sides are also equal length. Agree? So, in other words, remember just now I mentioned about vector. Vector, if they are equal, if they have the same length and same direction. So, now they want G. So D, E, F, G, if you follow the flow of the alphabet, D, E, F, so I know my G is here. Okay, of course this G is not supposed to be there first. Okay, so G now is unknown. Okay, G is unknown. We already know what is our EF, correct? Because this part, we already found EF here. So we will know that EF is exactly the same as DG. Okay, agree or not? So, this is how you do it. You will say EF, no, I should write the other way around. I will know that DG, okay, is equals to EF. DG is equals to EF. So, this is no longer just purely parallel. Because parallel means can be different magnitude. But this is parallelogram. Parallelogram, opposite sides are equal length as well as parallel. So they are exact same vector. Understand? So DG is equals to EF, which is equals to -4 and -8. So this is my DG. My DG. So DG means is DO plus OG. Agree? And we already know what is our coordinate D, which is our position factor OD. So it will be minus -1 and 5 plus OG is the unknown that you're supposed to find. DG, we already have it here, which is -4 and -8. So all you need to do is solve OG. So OG is simply just -4, -8 plus -1 and 5. So I have -5 and -3. Therefore, my coordinate G is -5 and -3. Done. Ta-da! So, when they ask this kind of question, means the opposite vectors, they are equal. Equal means they have the same column vector. Okay? And because I already know what is the coordinate of one of the point, I just form this equation and solve the unknown. For this case, G is unknown. Okay? Okay, next. They ask to find the, okay, I'm going to write out. They ask to say area of triangle DEFG. This is the parallelogram, D, E, F, G. Okay, now let's go back and look at the diagram. Area of DZE, all the way to the area of the whole thing. Actually, we can refer to just now what we did. If you recall, just now our previous we have triangle DZE is to triangle DEF. It was 1:4. This was 1. This whole thing is 4, correct? DFE was 4 units. And for parallelogram, it simply means it's double. Agree or not? It's just double. So if this whole thing is 4, I just need to say 4 units times 2. That means the whole parallelogram is 8 units. Agree or not? So I will know that they are 8. But of course, they only want this and this. So therefore, answer is just 1 out of 8. Very simple. Understand? Good. I don't know whether you really I know or not. Hi zombie, okay? So hope it helps you on a bit of the vectors. Okay. So this is the second last question. Question 4 is not so tough. I feel that it is the question 3, which is also another tough one. Okay, typical question that they come out during O-level, right? They give you a diagram with all these things, and then they ask you to find the vectors. No problem. Okay, so let's continue. So first, they say express the following vectors in terms of P and Q. This time round, this is a horizontal one. It's no longer column vector. So they use P and Q to represent. So over here, they say that AOCB, OABC is a parallelogram. They say X is the midpoint, so they already mark out for us. They say OC is produced, and they say that they are equal. Again, they mark out for us already. Then they tell us that OA is 4P. So always remember vectors, the direction is very important. The direction is very important. So 4P, you can see that it represents this direction. So it's OA, this one. AB is 2Q. Again, the arrow must be very important. Because no arrow, 2Q simply means it's just the magnitude. Arrow is very important. Okay, then after that, express the following OB. So look at this, OB is here. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you how to form. I call this shortcut and long cut. OB. You imagine you are walking. You are walking from O to B, so I'm going to put arrow here. O to B. This is shortcut. So you can go a few ways. Okay, you can go for a few ways. Of course, I can say OB, I can say I'm OD plus DB. Agree? I can say I want to walk from O to D, then from D to B. But it is pointless here. Why? Because I don't have my OD, I don't have my BD. But I do have another direction. I have another route, which is O to A, then I walk from A to B. You understand? Shortcut is O walk to B. Long cut is walk from O to A first, and then after that A to B. So what you will do is OB is equals to OA plus AB. Remember just now I tell you that when you add, the middle alphabet is not important. See here, the middle alphabet is A, but they must be the same. Then look at the corner, OB, which is OB. So this is what I call the addition rule. The addition rule. Not necessarily it must be a triangle. It can be 4 sides or 5 sides. But usually it is triangle is enough. So by looking at this, OA, you follow the direction, right? So it means it is 4P. And then plus AB, again you follow the arrow, right? So it's just plus 2Q. So this one, straightforward. That's why it's only 1 mark. Next, So of course I can label I can put in the information here already. I can say this is 4p plus 2q. Next, they want AX. So I'm going to draw the line AX. Okay, let me draw the line AX. You want, you can draw dotted line. Okay, I draw solid line. So I'm going to put AX because it's, we have to put the direction. So by looking at this, let's find out and see whether we can form any triangle whereby we have the long cut and shortcut. The shortcut is walking from A to X. So the long cut, we can say that, oh, I can actually take A walk to B, then B walk to X. Although I don't have my BX here, but it is okay because this is a parallelogram, right? So AO is the same as BC. And so and somehow this is midpoint. X is the midpoint. So it means BX is half of AO. Agree? So we will just do, you can screenshot or you can refer to the video. So my AX, my AX, I will say is A walk to B first, and then after that B walk to X. AB, I have it, which is, again, look at the arrow, AB, so it's still 2Q. BX, take note, BX is half of AO, correct? You see this direction. BX is walking this direction. BX is walking this direction, but my 4P, do you see? It is walking from O to A, it is not A to O, So you need to write that my BX is actually half AO. Agree or not? And so I will have to say it is 2Q plus half negative 4P, which is 2Q minus 2P. Understand? So I just put at the side here, BX is actually equals to half AO, which is half times minus 4P, which is minus 2P. Okay, Sam, take note Sam. There's an answer problem. This one, AX. The answer sheet is not correct. Okay, where is the answer sheet? Here. AX 3A part 2. Here. Different alphabet. It's supposed to be 2Q minus 2P. 2Q minus 2P. Thanks. Hopefully that you learn well. Next, they want BD. So let's take a look. Okay, my BX I have it already, right? So actually I can just put an arrow. Not BX, sorry, AX. And I can put 2Q minus 2P. Now they want to find BD. BD, so go to your diagram. Let's take a look. BD is here. So let's put an arrow and see what kind of a shortcut or what kind of a route we have. BD. Okay. BD is my shortcut. I can walk from B to C, then C to D. Agree? And I don't have to worry about CD. Why? Because my CD is the same as OC. And if I have my OC, AB, I will have my OC. So nothing to worry. Okay? So they want BD, which is the shortcut BD. So I'm going to walk from B to C, then C to D. Understand? So you will write BD means I'm going to walk from B to C, and then after that C to D. Okay, B to C, C to D. And BC, see, take note at the side here. I'm going to write the BC is equals to AO, AO, which is equals to negative 4P. Okay, CD is the same as CD is equals to OC, which is equals to AB. Therefore, it is equals to 2Q. Okay? So I come back to here. My BC is minus 4P. My CD is 2Q. And this will be the answer. Right? Can understand the vectors better now? It's all about walking lah. Shortcut, long cut, shortcut, long cut. Okay? Okay, the next one. Another tough. These last 4 parts 5 parts are tough. But it is a typical question that they always come out in vectors. So please listen carefully. Okay, so we are now done with this one. Let's move on. Good. Okay, so given that OX is produced to Y such that 3OY equals to 4OX. Again, they like to give this kind of thing. So you need to go and label your diagram on where is the where is 3 unit and where is 4 unit. So over here, if I'm going to write OY over OX is equals to 4 over 3. It means OY is 4 unit, OX is 3 unit. So let's go to our diagram. So our diagram OY, here, OY is 4 unit, OX is 3 unit. So you can see that I have to label here to here. This is 3 unit. And since this whole thing is 4 unit, I'm going to say that the small one is 1 unit. So that means from here to here, this is 1 unit. Okay, 3 and 1. Okay, then let's see what they want. They say show that BY is equals to KBD. BY is equals to KBD. So in other words, they want you to find out BY is how much compared to the whole thing. So I need to find, let me see what I need to find here. Lost. Okay, I'm lost now. Wait, let me see what I want to find. BY equals to KBD. So I need my BY. Okay, this is very long. You know why? Because I want to find BY. Okay, I just now already have my BX, no issue. But I need to have my XY, agree? But in order to find my XY, I need to find out what is my OX first. Then I can find my XY, agree? So how am I going to find? Okay, I'm going to use OX, I'm going to use OC and CX. So take care, take note, this one very long step. I need to find my OX first. Then I can find my XY. And because I already have my BX, okay, so with BX and XY, I can find my BY. Okay, remember, okay, now take note. I'm now trying to find BY. But to find BY, no problem, okay? You can watch the replay on the YouTube. Sam will be on leave tomorrow, so it will only be uploaded on Tuesday. Yes, thank you. Okay, so I want to find BY. So I need to find my XY first. Okay, I already have my BX. So to find XY, I need to find my OX. Okay, so let's take a look. So let's find my OX first. So my OX, if I refer to this diagram, it will be OC. OX is this direction, shortcut O to X. So I'm going to walk from O to C and C to X. So it will be OC plus CX. And it will be 2Q. This is 2Q. You want, you can put arrow and then here 2Q. This one is follow this direction, so it is 2P. So it is just plus 2P. Next, I want to find my XY. And I know this is 3 units. My OX is 3 units. So it means XY is simply just 1/3 of OX. So it's just 1/3 multiplied by 2Q plus 2P, which will give us 2/3 Q plus 2/3 P. Okay? Now I have my, oh, I forgot my arrow for XY. Now I have my XY. So I want to find my BY, right? My shortcut is a B walk to Y. Long cut will be B walk to X, then X walk to Y. No, I'm using addition. Long cut, shortcut, right? I'm using addition rule. So what I did was, I want to say what? Find BY. So to find BY, I need to take BX plus XY. My BX previously I already found it, which is minus 2P, plus XY, which we found it above. So it's just plus it. So plus 2/3 Q plus 2/3 P. And we will get minus 4/3P plus 2/3Q. Okay, now we are done with BY. So I just want to rewrite here. BD we have it, which is what we just found, which is minus 4/3 P plus 2/3 Q. I want to know, sorry, this is BY. My BD, previously we already found it, so it is minus 4P plus 2Q. So, you see, they want to know BY is how many, what's the K value of BD. So, if you now refer BY, K, BD. So, by comparing, you can see that BY is actually 1/3 of BD. You see, the minus 4 divided by 3 give me minus 4/3. Plus 2 divided by 3 give me 2/3. So it's actually equals to 1/3 of BD. And therefore, it means K is equals to 1/3. Okay? So I repeat for this question. This is not an easy question. So because they want to find they want to know what is BY, the ratio with the KBD. Okay, BY equals to KBD. Okay, so what I did was, I want to find my BY. But if I want to find my BY, I need my XY. So I'm going to make use of OX to find my XY. So I find my OX first, right? So I find my OX first. So OX will be OC plus XY. After I find my OX, and this is 3 units, I just divide by 3, then find 1 unit, which is my XY. So I have my XY now. I can find my BY by using BX plus XY. So BX plus XY, and then plus, I find my BY. So then I compare my BY and my BD, and I see that they are related by a 1/3. And therefore, I know that K is 1/3. Okay? Now, part 2. This is same as just now what we did. When we when they tell us the parallelogram, and then after that they already give us 3 coordinates. We already know 3 points. We want to find the 4th point. So same thing, if I look at the diagram, we will know that, wait, they said BYXP. BYXP. So we don't know where is P, so I'm going to just put a dot here. We have to follow the flow, BYXP. So we know P will be somewhere here. Okay? And with this, we will know that I want to find point P. So BP is equals to YX. Agree or not? BP is equals to YX because it is a parallelogram. Opposite sides are equal length and they're also parallel. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we will say BP is equal to YX. And we already have my XY previously. So all I need to do is just sum -1. So just put minus 2/3 Q and minus 2/3 P. Then we're going to form the equation. So we know that BP is equals to BO plus OP. We already have our coordinate. Thanks for the nasi lemak, Yong. Wow, Yong, you came so late, or you are already here all along. Okay, so my BO, which I previously already have it, so it's minus 4P minus 2Q plus the unknown OP. BP, we already have it, which is over here, so it's minus 2/3 P minus 2/3. Yeah, so P and Q confused already. Okay, this one is Q. So let's make this one the subject. So my OP simply is minus 2/3 Q minus 2/3 P plus 4P plus 2Q, which is equals to 4/3 Q plus 10/3P. Good. Yeah, cannot see. Sorry. I write so much that I cannot see. Okay. So we are done. So since they only want the position of OP, so OP is equals to this. So we are done. We are not done with question 3. We still have other parts. So let's move on. Now, again, this is the nightmare, right? Nightmare. So they want to find the ratio of the area. So they want area of triangle BXD over area of triangle OXD. Let's go back and look at the diagram. BXD, this triangle, and OXD, this one. Then you must be thinking, this triangle and this triangle, how are they related? Right? This is not easy. This is not easy. They're asking you BXD and OXD. How are they related? If you look at purely these two triangles, you cannot see the relationship because they don't have common height. They are not similar triangle as well. Okay? But they have a common triangle inside them. XYD. Okay? Look at the BXD. BXD have the triangle XYD. Agree? Then look at the triangle OXD. I can link OXD to XYD as well. So they have a common triangle that we can link them together. This is very important. They have a common triangle XYD that can link these two unrelated triangles. So we're going to use the ratio. I'm going to write triangle BXD is to triangle CXD. We know that CXD. Am I using the right one? OXD. Wait. Oh, I can use this one. Oh, this one is even better. Okay. So I'm going to put BXD and XYD. It will be half times 3 part times height. See, BXD. I'm going to use the base BD. Okay, I write BD. BD first. I write BD first. I don't want to confuse you. I put BD first. BD times H. See, BXD half times BD times the height, which we don't know what is it. Maybe I just put. This is the height. Okay, so this is actually just half times 3 part times height. Okay, now let's take a look take a look at CXD. Sorry, not CXD. XDY. XDY. So it will be half time 2 part times the height. So this is half times YD times height, which is half times 2 part times height. So if you cancel all the half and the height, you see that they are 3:2. Okay, 3:2. Then now I'm going to use the other triangle. Now we're going to look at here. So same triangle, the common one, which is the XYD, and this OXD. Okay, again they have a common height. This time the common height is using this one. This is not an EMath, this is EMath Express. So it will be, I'm going to write I'm going to write here triangle XDY is to triangle OXD. This is the same as this, but this time round I'm going to write it is half times YX times the height. Half times YX times height. ODX will be half times OX times the height. Half times OX times the height. And we know that this is 1:3. So this is half times 1 unit times height. This is half times 3 unit times height, which we know it is 1:3. And do you see that this is common? So if I put 1:3, I'm going to times 2. So I get 3:2:6. Therefore, BXD to OXD, therefore area of triangle BXD over to area of OXD, it is 3/6, which is half. Done. Okay, so this is not an easy question. What I did is, you have to see, okay, I do a lot of steps, although it's only 1 mark here. I do a lot of steps because I want to show you that actually how I use the common triangle to link the two unrelated triangle. You understand? Okay, so actually what they did was they just, you put in the ratio form. So I write it more steps so that you all can understand. Okay, so now let's do the last part of this question. Okay, this last part, now they tell us that OXD is 12 square units. OXD is here. So they want to find what is XYD. So actually I already have it here. Do you see here? OXD 12, which is 3 unit. I want to find XYD, which is 1 unit. So because I already have it here, triangle XYD is to triangle OXD is 1:3. So in this case, we know 3 unit is 12, 1 unit will be 4, and that's it. And that's my answer. Unit square. Done. How do you set up? How do you set up with 2 cameras for TikTok using OBS? Is it? Yes, I use OBS. Okay. Last part for this question. Wow, this part really very long-winded. Okay, now they tell us that coordinate of point X is this one. They tell me XY is this to find OY. This one easy because I already teach you all how to add them, right? So now, first they tell me point X is -6. So I know my position factor will be -6 and -4. And I'm given XY, which is -1 and 1. So I want to find the magnitude. You see, they want magnitude, right? But it's okay. We find our position factor of Y first. So I'm going to write XY will be equals to XO plus OY. So I have OX. To find XO is just times -1. So it's just minus -6, -4 plus OY, which is unknown. xy here, minus 1 and 1. So I have minus 1 and 1, 6 and 4, plus oy. So I want to find oy, means I'm going to take minus 1, 1, minus 6 and 4. And I get minus 7 and minus 3. And remember, I want to find magnitude, very easy. Oy, just take the number, negative 7 square plus negative 3 square, and then you square root, and you will get 7.615. So round it off to 3SF, you get 7.62 units. Done. Okay, easy, ah. Okay, we're going to do the last question for vectors, which involve drawing the diagram. Okay, so in this question, okay, they say on the grid, they tell us that OP, see the OP, look at the OP. The OP, it is vectors which is going x coordinate minus 2 box, going up one box. Okay, OQ, they show this direction. Okay, I say wrongly. OP is here, OQ is here. So I go by the direction OP, this one is P, OQ, so actually the arrow is already there, so this is Q. Okay, so what does that mean? So you need to know that when it is P, it will be this direction and this magnitude. If we are talking about 2P, means it will be times 2. The length will be times 2, but and the direction is the same. Okay? Then how about if I say minus P? Minus P means it will be the same magnitude, but opposite direction. Okay, opposite direction. So now let's take a look. This question, they say, okay, the point R is also marked, which is here. Point R is here. They say draw and label clearly on the grid to show where is the vector OS. First, when they say OS, means it starts from the O. So O is here. Okay, they tell you that OS is P plus 2Q. So see, O is here. Since it's P plus 2Q, means I'm going to go here, because it's also 1P, ma. So P plus 2Q. And it means that I'm here now, I need to go 2Q. Q is going left 2 box, up 1 box. If it's times 2, means you're going to go times 2. So I'm going to go left 2 and 2. Go up 2 times. So this is my direction S. You understand? See, Q is go left 2 box and up 1 box. So if it's 2Q, means I'm going 4, because here is go 2, right? So 2 times 2, so it's 4. Go up 1, so that means this one go up 2 times. So I know this is my S. So this is my point S. Then you just draw the line. So we know that this is 2Q, and OS is from here to here. Here. See? OS is the shortcut. So it is OP plus PS. Okay, which is P plus 2Q. Okay? Okay, next they ask you to find what is OR. So now we need to draw. So OR is from here to here. This is the shortcut OR. So of course, you need to make use of the P and Q to find out a way of walking, okay, in terms of P and Q to OR, to O to R. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to use this. Q, but it's opposite direction. Same. So it's this direction. So this is minus Q. Okay. And then I'm going to walk from here to here. This, if you notice, this line is parallel to my OP. Parallel. It means that it will be in terms of P. But the question mark is, I don't know it's in terms of how much P. So one way to do it is, we're going to use ruler and measure. So here, this one, it is 3 cm. Here is 4.5 cm. Wait, sorry, Okay, so what we're going to do is running nose. Terrible nose. Okay, so we will just need to write 3 cm out of 4.5 cm. We will see that it is 2/3. So with this, we will know that this length here is 2/3 of this length. You understand? This will be 2/3 of this length. So my OR will be equals to minus Q plus negative 2/3 P. So why is it negative 2/3 P? Because OR shortcut is O to R, right? So you need to walk from O to here and then from here to here. But my P is going this upwards. So since I'm coming downwards, I have to times negative P instead. And it is 2/3 P. Okay, so that's why it's plus negative 2/3 P. And to simplify it, it is just minus Q minus 2/3 P. And we're done. Okay, that's to find OR. Now next, they asked to find the length of OS. They say the length of each small square is 1 unit. So if you look at OS, OS is this direction. Okay, it is simply just looking at the X. You see the X, O, I have to walk here, positive 2. Go upwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units. So actually to find the length, it's just the same as Pythagoras theorem. We will say OS is equals to 2 unit square plus 5 unit square and in square root. So we get square root 29. And they say 1 unit is 1 unit. So it will be 5.385. Round it off to 3SF. 5.39 units. Okay, 3SF. And we're done. Yay!